Hello everyone. Welcome to a challenging journey through the fierce fury of nature. Forces that are irresistible, unpredictable, and forever etched in the mind. From devastating storms, raging floods, to terrifying volcanic eruptions, today we explore what happens when nature rages out of control. Hold on to your seats because what's coming next is something you'll never forget. We begin in Texas, where the first signs of a major storm are emerging. Dark clouds have covered the sky. Thunder is rumbling everywhere, as if the sky is warning of something terrible about to happen. Anyone who has experienced major storms knows that this is just the beginning of something very terrifying. But nature doesn't stop there. From Texas, we move to Venice, where flooding has become a familiar sight. But this time, the floodwaters aren't just in the canals. They've seeped into the old town, where every stone carries centuries of history. The gondolas now drift through the floodwaters, not in peace, but in silent destruction. Every year, Venice risks losing a piece of its soul to the rising waters. Away from the historic streets of Venice, we head to the majestic mountains of the Himalayas, where nature is no less harsh. Small villages on the slopes of mountains are often exposed to potential dangers, and today, that danger became a reality. A landslide, a natural disaster that no one could have predicted with any precision, struck a village, sweeping away rocks and trees, burying everything in an instant. There was no chance to escape, no warning before nature unleashed its fury. Nature is not only a threat in the wilderness, but right in California, wildfires have become a real nightmare. The dry season has come, the ground is dry as if ready to burst into flames at any moment. Just a small spark is enough to cause the fire to flare up, spreading rapidly at a terrifying speed, turning the entire green forest into a sea of fire in just a few short minutes. From afar, you see the black smoke billowing up, covering the sky like an ominous omen. The air is thick with the smell of smoke. The rays of sunlight are submerged in the darkness of ash. Houses, places that used to be peaceful homes, suddenly become targets of the fierce fire. The sound of wood cracking, the sound of ambulance engines echoing, mixed with the terrified screams of people suddenly pushed into the fight for survival. The devastating fire not only burned the forest, but also burned the hearts of those who witnessed it. In an instant, they lost everything, leaving only painful memories and an uncertain future. where they had to start over amidst desolation and ruin. If you thought wildfires were bad enough, turn your eyes to the Philippines, where another natural disaster is taking place. Taal Volcano, one of the most active volcanoes in the region, is erupting with full force. Red lava is pouring down, burning everything in its path. Ash is rising, spreading across the region, turning day into night in the blink of an eye. Thousands of people have been evacuated, and no one knows when this nightmare will end. Just when you think you've seen nature's fury, Oklahoma brings a new nightmare. Out in the vast plains, a tornado suddenly forms, as if nature is unleashing its fiercest anger. You stand at a distance, your eyes glued to the giant black vortex that roars, taking everything in its path. Its power is unbelievable. Like a giant crusher, nothing can stop it. Anxiety wells up in your heart as you see the tornado getting closer, like an uncontrollable monster, ready to devour everything in its path. Every gust of wind, every explosion in the air, all of it makes your heart beat faster, as if everything is on the brink of destruction. No place is safe. Nothing can stand against this brutal force. The tornado was not just a natural phenomenon, but a haunting reminder of the smallness and fragility of humans before the boundless power of nature. But if tornadoes are fury from the sky, tsunamis are fury from the sea. In Japan, the tsunami struck the coast of Sendai with terrible force. Waves as high as buildings crashed into the mainland, sweeping away everything in their path. The city was once again submerged in water, and thousands of lives were taken in an instant. This is one of the most terrible disasters that mankind has ever faced. Don't forget that even frozen lands cannot escape the wrath of climate change. In Greenland, huge glaciers are melting at a terrifying rate, 24,000 tons of water pouring into the sea every second, like unstoppable rivers of ice. Huge icebergs are drifting away, melting in unprecedented heat. In Kangerlussuaq, temperatures have reached 2070, and in just 24 hours, 12 billion tons of ice have disappeared. This is not just a natural disaster, but an urgent warning about the devastation of climate change. We are witnessing a continent changing, and time is running out to act. When winter comes, Moscow becomes the epicenter of one of the most terrible blizzards we have ever seen. The snow falls heavily, burying the entire city under a layer of cold white. Transportation is at a standstill. Life is completely turned upside down. But the scariest thing is the feeling of isolation and helplessness when everything around is frozen. This is not only a physical challenge, but also a mental challenge for those who live here.